All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Something we haven't said in a really long time here. It's happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing all right. A little bit of a special occasion here. I wasn't planning on doing a show, so we set up the show for 6:30 because I thought we were going to have to make a car swap. I thought I was going to have to run home, swap cars. Turns out Miss Carolina got off work just in time to come and bring us our supplies. We were also worried about parking on the parking garage. That was another reason why we kind of put the kibosh on Tuesday. Thursday shows always a little more difficult to get into the parking garage on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but everything worked out well. We even got our normal spot. So if you guys didn't see the title of today's show, we do have Turkish. 777-300 flying in tonight. It'll be here about 9:30 p.m. So Turkish Airlines flying in at 9:30 tonight. And I know I'll have to explain that again once more folks pop in. But Turkish is coming in later on this evening. So Alaska headed back to Seattle. And that 737. Got American Eagle, which is operated by Republic Airways. That's Republic 4427 coming in from New York. It is that one right there, leaving it on two wheels for a really long time, honestly. So Republic Airways, Shelton, Lee Barber. Again, good evening, everybody. No, it's nothing of a future destination. Let's start off by saying that first and foremost. Not a future destination. They are here to pick up Turkey. Turkey and Mexico are playing tonight at 8:30 in Chapel Hill, soccer. So that is the reason for this flight. They are picking up the soccer team here tonight. I think they flew in on that Atlas 767 last night. If any of you guys were paying attention, I didn't even know we had that Atlas. I was coming home from Wake Forest and I happened to look up off in the distance. I'm like, man, that's awfully big. Check flight radar. Sure enough, it was a 767 Atlas coming in from Springfield, New York, somewhere around New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts area, somewhere up in there, if I remember right. So I think that is what dropped them off last night. But Turkish Airlines coming to pick them up. And I have a feeling that Turkish won't leave until sometime tomorrow. And that is a 777-300. It will not go to a gate. As 777-300s can't fit at our gates. Too long. So again, we were talking about switching back to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Good opportunity to start that. Today was definitely a surprise show for me. I wasn't planning on doing a show today. I was going to try to do Wednesday, Friday. So we're going to try for Thursday. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure I book parking because I was freaking out the whole time before we got here that we wouldn't have parking for this, and I was going to be really, really disappointed. No worries, Dan. I'm glad to be out here. I'm glad I could be able to do it. I'm excited to see Turkish too. I know it's going to be dark, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to see, but nonetheless, I think it'll still be just as exciting. Something a little bit different here at the airport. Still got our normal 777s, American and Air France to leave. I also have that FedEx 767 arriving in less than an hour now. I have family friends coming in from Nashville, Tennessee tonight on Southwest. Don't know that I'll stay to catch their arrival, but I do again have family friends coming in later on this evening. Next arrival, that's going to be American 1894 coming in from Charlotte. We've got a couple of Charlotte flights delayed at the moment due to the weather in Charlotte, I believe. I got a weather notification, and as I was checking the flight radar before the show, looked like they had a couple of delays. Tony, that's if they can even get it over at General Ave. My thought process was is they'll park it down here at the end of 23 right, like they do the presidential stuff. But you know, you never know. They may park it at General Ave. I don't know. I don't even know if it would fit, to be honest. Really wish this humidity today would take a chill pill. That's a good, you're probably right. Probably will go to the overnight run, the new one. By the way, if you guys are local, I got word that the airport is going to keep the observation deck open a little later than normal tonight. I got sent a message about that. So should be open a little extra here tonight over at the observation deck. So that'll be a unique experience for those who are staying later to watch it. Looks like we got a Delta A220 on the move now. This one headed back to Boston, Mass. Is this our 100 or our 300? Alaska Airlines back to Seattle on the move already. That's 737-9. Don't know if this is a MAX. I didn't look at it close enough. Bye-bye, Alaska. Again, they've moved the cargo loaders away from the 777-200 here, the Air France. Looks like our next arrival is going to be SkyWest. It's going to be United Express. SkyWest Airlines 5786 coming in from Houston, Texas. 2 hours and 37 minutes of flight time for the E175. field day. Field day was always fun. So now we're just waiting on the pushback of this one. Maybe we'll get some double pushback action here or a double departures here. Those two 777s departing back to back. I'm sure it did, Jeff. I'm sure it did. Looks like we got a Delta E-175 at the end of the runway, ready for departure. What's up, Eric? Good afternoon. So a 14. Delta there, that E-175, we'll get you some info on that one in a minute. Speaking of Delta, we got another one out here. It's like an A319, A320. I was watching some of the flights from Florida earlier today. They were flying way out over the ocean, coming from Miami and Fort Lauderdale earlier this afternoon. I assume that Florida was getting some storms. Charlotte's getting some right now, from what I understand, or at least what's what my Weather Channel app is saying. Pip Hastings Aviation with a great show yesterday in San Diego. Smashing records. Good job, dude. I'm sure it's way too hot for you to be streaming in Phoenix. In Tucson. Way too hot. Alright, so we should have the American 777 at least starting their pushback, as long as they're not delayed. At least we made it in time for our two triples this afternoon. I was really worried that we weren't going to be here for our two main 777s tonight. Ew. 104? No thanks. It feels like 104 here. I don't know who else is outside right now who's watching the show, but currently it feels about like 104. I did my quarter-mile hike down to my car, and man, it was gross. It was sticky. Walking all the way down to the car. Yeah, it's saying severe thunderstorms there in Charlotte. Alright, so our next arrival, that's going to be American Airlines 1326. Coming from where? I don't know, because flight radar doesn't want to work for me at the moment. It's giving me the little loady load screen there. It's not unbearable. It just, I was walking, the air's thick. It just feels like it's going to storm, you know what I mean? Like you can just feel. Oh, you didn't have any in Charlotte. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, anything, I think, well, we all know here, the equipment, my equipment, anything over 85 degrees, the equipment's like, nah, I'm not doing this. As you guys can see, it never reached 85 degrees today. We have not had a single hiccup, and I've turned the quality up. Whether or not it'll last, who knows? But if you were watching the show on Sunday, we couldn't turn the quality of the show up. It was 89 degrees. It was, you know, really, really hot. And so, you know, the heat really plays a big role in our equipment, unfortunately. The internet mostly, but every once in a while the camera will freak out and be like, oh, I'm overheating, and then I've got to turn its quality and stuff down, which doesn't affect the show that much. So that one was coming from Dallas Fort Worth at A321. That's another odd one we don't see very often. Republic Airways, that E170, that was headed to LaGuardia, headed to New York City. We're about to have another E175 pushback here in just a moment. Thank you, Pip, for the super chat. Thanks for the Turkish delight. Remember, folks, Carolina Aviation is bringing you exclusive coverage at RDU. Drop him $1 or $2, please. It helps. Thank you so much, Pip. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, it honestly, today, when I left, I thought it was going to be hotter than it was. My car's like, oh, it's 83. And I was like, really? It feels way hotter than 83, but although I am wearing 2 shirts, it's just not smart, but I have to at work. I gotta wear 2. I gotta have a undershirt and an overshirt. Nice, Ryan. So Ryan, at the observation deck tonight, somebody said that it's going to stay open late for Turkish. I received a text message about that. So hopefully they'll hold to that, keep the observation deck open late tonight for Turkish's arrival. Speaking of 777s, no, I thought it was about to move. Got a United 737-700 on the move there. Got this E175 ready to go. Should see quite a couple of breeze tonight. Got one coming in from San Diego for sure. That's got a different name on it. If you guys are watching on Flight Radar at all, it is on it under a different name for some reason, or at least it's what you call it is. United, that's 737, 700. That's United 2485. That's headed to Chicago. It's headed up to our good friend Matt Man. So, speaking of, now that there's more of you guys here, this is not a test flight for Turkish. This is strictly a charter flight tonight. They are coming to pick up Turkey. They'll probably leave in the morning, more than likely. So, Turkey is playing Mexico over in Chapel Hill. So that is the reasoning for our Turkish 777 tonight. Again, I think Turkey came in on that Atlas 767. So again, this is not a test flight for Turkish here. This is just a charter flight. Would it be astonishing to see Turkish permanently? Absolutely. Would love to see Turkish on the permanent basis. Somebody, a friend of mine at work said that next year is going to be really, really exciting because they're going to have more tournaments here in Raleigh next year. So we'll see a lot of international stuff next year for the tournaments. NC218, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Beautiful stream. Thank you from San Diego. Hanging out there where Pip was yesterday, out in San Diego. Hopefully the weather got a little bit better out there. Clouds dispersed. And saw yesterday it was a bit cloudy. Hopefully all is well in San Diego. So Atlas landed, see, Shelton saw it, Ameriflight. So all of the breezes that I've seen on flight radar are Ameriflight. They are still Moxie, but they are Ameriflight for whatever reason. So Zoe, the 767 Atlas landed last night around 8:30, I believe. And they were flying the 767-300, I believe it was. Again, I think that was the charter to charter in the Turkish soccer team. And of course, we'll mention all of that again here in a little while. And technically, we're not to our start time that I had scheduled early in the day. But again, that start time was because I thought I was going to have to go home, change cars, and come out here. So. You know, speaking of Qatar, another, me and somebody at work were talking about Qatar. And sometime last year in the fall, start of winter, Qatar had an exec jet over here. And it was here at RDU. So that was interesting. I think we were here for that. Let's look and see who we've got on final or getting ready to have on final. That's Southwest We did have a Southwest leave, Southwest 2659, headed to Nashville, Tennessee. I wonder if this one's going to turn around and come back. By the way, if you guys have Jet Tip and we're looking at Jet Tip, Freedom 1 was supposed to be here, but I don't see Freedom 1 now on the list. So it looks for, it looks like that's by the beer. Alan. Thank you so much, Alan Lee, for the £5 super chat. Greatly appreciated. So Daniel, I was supposed to be here 6:30. We started early because I was actually able to get here on time. I thought I was going to have to go home and switch cars. So after Sunday's show, I just left everything in my other car. Istanbul flight, if you guys are just joining us, is not until 9:30 tonight. They are on their way, but it is scheduled for 9:30. But if you guys were looking for Freedom 1, Freedom 1 is no longer on the list. I didn't see it. I went through all of Southwest stuff. Thought maybe my family friends that are flying in were coming from, but I think it was coming from Houston. And it looks like the Houston flight was delayed. So I believe they changed it. Well, Ramona says it's still there, leaving at 8:58. I didn't see it on the arrival board. So maybe we'll see it probably around 7:30. They're normally on the ground for about 45 minutes. Yeah, we haven't missed, nobody's missed anything yet. Not even our 777-200s have moved yet tonight. I think they were so kindly waiting for us this evening. Speaking of 777s, I hear American. So our family friends are coming in at 10:15 this evening. Coming in on, this picture doesn't have a flight number, hold on. (3257) WN 3257 for some friends of ours. All right, so here we go. Air France pushing back. American 777's already on the move. I hear it. Will we have the back-to-back 777 departure again tonight? Fingers crossed. Next arrival, just for info purposes, is going to be Republic Airways 4514 from Pittsburgh. It's going to be at E175. We're not going to leave our 777s though. Speaking of that, Justin, talking about the difference between the GE90s and the Trents, for the 200s, I think I prefer the way the Trents sound over the GEs. Now the big GEs, on the other hand, the big GEs sound fantastic. Oh, son's gonna play games with us here. Gotta put our... And Johnny V, good afternoon. Welcome back. We did hit 5K back in May. I heard it moving. Thank you, John V. Becoming economy. The startup of these GEs does sound fantastic, though. So if you guys are just now getting here, we do have Turkish Airlines tonight at 9:30 and that 777 at 300. That is on its way. It'll be arriving around at 9:30. I don't know if you guys can hear those Trents from the American 777 or not, but American on the move as well. So John V, Turkey and Mexico are playing tonight here in Chapel Hill. So it is a charter flight. FedEx 767 landing in just 7 minutes as well. So 3 heavies here in the next 7 minutes or so. Face-off begin. American finally in view here. Had to snap a couple of pictures of those two together there. It's pretty good. Don't know that we'll be able to use that as a thumbnail or not, but good shot nonetheless. Looks like we might have that Delta 737 there go out in between our two 777s. Unfortunately, no back-to-back departures. And congratulations, Captain Carolina, by the way. Hope all is well with you. So again, if you guys are just joining us, you've read the title of the show correctly. We do have Turkish tonight coming in from Istanbul, picking up the soccer team. Captain Carolina with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Captain Carolina. Greatly appreciate you and all that you do here at the airport. Glad you're able to move on and do more great things there with Avelo. Thank you for entertaining us and hanging out with us up here, of course. Hopefully we'll be able to catch some of your in- and outbound flights. So we'll enjoy Air France here for another couple of minutes, or about a minute here. We've got FedEx 767 from Memphis. It's going to be our next arrival. Jeremy Turkish is coming in to pick up the Turkish soccer team. They're playing Mexico tonight at around 8:30. So big soccer game over here in Chapel Hill. All right, here we go. American ready for London. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I did not set up a like goal today, but make sure you guys smash the like button, please. So T3 Studios, no, I believe the, sorry, I keep bumping into the camera. I'm parked too close, but the reason being there's a lot of cars crammed into this corner here. Anyway, no, I believe they came in on the Atlas 767 last night. Out of Springfield, somewhere up north. Massachusetts, New York. So yeah, they come in last night, I believe, on that Atlas 76. Tonight or tomorrow, they'll leave on that 777-300 back to Istanbul. Got Delta on the move. There's 737 at 900. Is this an Atlanta flight or is this Salt Lake City? Find out in a minute. Gonna do some rapid fire departures here. Looks like an A320 up next. That Delta's still not up on flight radar just yet. There it is. That one's headed to Salt Lake City. That's Delta 1409. It could have been part of their team, could have been part of their fan club, or it could have been them. Honestly, I don't know who all came in last night, but you guys are right. We did see the Turkish flag there on Globe X. That's right. Forgot about that. Nice sounding departure here for Delta. A319 getting out of here, leaving the wheels down for quite a long time here. You guys heard it, bells. All right, I'm gonna mute. You guys enjoy the GE90s. That A319 is Delta 1407 headed to Detroit. Perfect early rotation there for Air France back to Charles de Gaulle in Paris. As we have Southwest about to touch down 2-3 left. Got to reposition here. Again, I parked too close because there's two ginormous trucks parked here on the corner. So it makes it really, really difficult for me to squeeze in here. But we did it. Southwest touch it down. Got an American over there on the overnight stand already. I'm assuming that one went yesterday. It hasn't gone yet. Southwest, that's Southwest 3826 coming in from Pips. Neck of the woods there, coming in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. That was a 737 at 700. 3 hours and 56 minutes of flight time for that one. Next arrival is going to be Republic Airways 9935 coming in from Washington, D.C. via Ronald Reagan there, downtown D.C. We've got Iceland tonight as well. ICE 821 coming in from Reykjavik. It's going to be a max 8 tonight. 1 hour and 3 minutes of flight time left for them. So they are delayed tonight as well. Turkish, let's go ahead and look at that. Turkish 3725 coming from Istanbul. 2 hours and 30 minutes for the 777-300ER. Yeah, JG, I always wondered that too. Why Air France rotates so much earlier. Probably not as heavy, I would assume. Probably not as many passengers. Air France did make the turn to the west. American made the turn to the east. So they've split up and have gone completely separate ways. We also have Air Canada later too. Got Powder the Polar Bear coming in 20 minutes. Frontier 3313. I saw that Daisy and Parrish made their way back in here today. Personal favorite of mine, of course, if you guys don't know. That one at Frontier. We need Ward the Beaver back. Got Delta coming in from MCO here in just a little bit. Another 20 or so minutes. Got Republic though on final now, about to touch down in that E175. So it's supposed to run to Chicago. So we got a broken American 737 over there. Thank you for that info. So there's our E175. Again, this one coming in from DC. Jonas, good evening. So, as you guys know, it's been a very long time since we've done a Tuesday. I don't know how many flights are different between Tuesday and Wednesdays. I know some are and some aren't. And I don't know how many of you guys were out here yesterday for WestJet's inaugural arrival. I had some annual personal events yesterday, which is good for us, because then we may not have been able to be out here today if we'd have done a show yesterday. Making a really, really sharp turn there to get to his gate. Not quite ready. Nice close of this one. Oh boy. Gotta send a quick text message here. We got Delta connection here, Endeavor 5322. coming in from Washington, D.C. Another DCA flight here in just a minute. So these two, the CRJ and the E-175, trying to race down here from D.C. And I need to see on flight radar here, if you guys will bear with me a minute, if we can find Freedom 1. Iceland from Reykjavik was delayed today, by the way. Supposed to be here at 7:30. That one there, not arriving before 7:50. Yeah, I don't see anything about Freedom 1 on here today.
Look down.
Got a couple of Southwest coming in though, but not at the moment. There's our Delta connection from DC. Yeah, I didn't think it was.
What's going on?
What's up?
was curious if it was not
Hello, code 5789, 1,956,000 remaining.
Okay, red 5789, rolling forward to radar contact, maintain 12,000.
Maintain 12,000, gotcha,
especially if I can fit all of this.
789, turn right direct hold, Brazil, Shepherd, report.
Number departure for Skies 5782.
That big. You don't want me asking? This is 15 by itself, 6, 2 doors, 8. And it's still like this on the tripod. Yeah, I don't want anything that big, you know what I mean? Just because this takes me 10 minutes. Set up and I'm done. I don't have to get here 2 or 3 hours beforehand to set up a big table. I don't know. Yeah, we have the cameras, computers, and like we're basically one person, myself, does all of this stuff. Whatever it doesn't Let's talk about I saw some of the we went one time. I got that big one. Yeah. I've been watching some of the live streams. Main person to watch. All my Disney
What's up?
Which call is going to be open late tonight?
Yeah, I heard 10.
The observation deck? Oh, okay. Where is that at?
Just below the tower.
Uh-huh.
Just behind the tower. You can't see it.
Okay. I was wondering where it was at.
So you go back out this road right here. There's a sign. You'll end up there just under the tower.
Okay. Seems like this is the better spot though. I don't know. I don't like the mahogany one. Probably about other colors too. So this Delta is Delta 1370 coming in from Mickey Mouse Town, Orlando. About an hour and 36 minutes of flight time for the A319.
so different. Like from where you stand, like it seems farther, but it's like right here.
Got a couple Southwest up on final here.
No, I'm being scared.
So, our first Southwest arrival is going to be Southwest 994 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. That flight later this afternoon or this evening is coming from Nashville, the one that with family, friends on board.
Hold my hand.
There's another Southwest just behind that one.
Helicopter's coming in.
So Zoe, we just got some other plane spotters hanging out up here.
Car Parko. Symbol? It's the car park.
I see what part of my issue is. I've got wires tangled up here.
It's the car over something. I thought it was looking over here. Oh look, Southwest over there.
Nice looking Southwest arrival here. Getting all that wonderful evening sunlight. Now again, got another Southwest on final. Again, no Freedom 1 tonight. We were supposed to have Freedom 1. Unfortunately, looks like they made an aircraft or a change to their equipment. Next arrival is going to be Southwest 3241 from Houston, Texas. This one's a 737-800. 2 hours and 23 minutes of flight time for the MAX.
Get the ATC going. I don't know. We'll see when it lands.
Southwest this time of the day is definitely my friend. The lighting is perfect for Southwest this time of day, especially now that the sun has come out. Didn't know that we would have any sunlight this afternoon. It's very, very cloudy most of the afternoon here.
It's another Southwest. It's another Southwest.
Yeah. Another blueberry.
Yeah, I saw this. They were talking about that earlier,
Yellow.
Vincent, that he went down to Pope there. The Air Force One. That would have made today's show absolutely epic. Turkish Airlines and Air Force One would have been absolutely epic.
6.
Another wonderful shot there of the Southwest.
Reversing thrust. So it slows down.
Let's go over here back to the E-175s a minute. Give me one more look here at Flight Radar. Looks like our next arrival is going to be Endeavor 5232. This is going to be on a Delta connection coming in from LaGuardia. 1 hour and 8 minutes of flight time for the CRJ. All right, so let's give a little update here. Frontier is going to be after our LaGuardia flight. Both of them coming from LaGuardia. Got a United or two. So I'm looking for, there it is, Iceland from Reykjavik, now 40 minutes away. Again, if you guys remember, Iceland is delayed by about 25 minutes, 30 minutes or so. Ferndale, the Pygmy Owl, that's the other one I believe we flew from to, I think we flew Ferndale to Orlando back in October. So both of our planes that we flew, 2 hours and 11 minutes for Turkish from Istanbul. Got our ATRs up.
right. It goes back to
If it was this way,
it becomes 5. We got 5 left.
Go to Denmark.
We don't like 5. The 5s.
Lego.
because it means we got to switch over that way, right? Yeah.
And I get in trouble when I go over there. Not really. That's only happened once. Over there.
Now when I was there, it happened twice. So that's why I moved over here. So
Because you're just in the process. You're like, you need to move it forward.
I guess somebody mentioned that so they have a camera that way. So I just moved over so they want people down there to get
Gotcha. And he said that's good. So you're flying in this way. This is 2-3 right. 2-3 left with the landing for the wind.
Yeah, it's a little on the overcast side, and I feel like my camera is a little on the dark side this afternoon too. I was having trouble with it before we started, so I had removed the our filter on the end of the camera. So hopefully,
And then when they take off, they're taking off to leave somewhere to take people somewhere else. The plane coming in is landing here from someplace else to bring people. They're bringing people from somewhere.
Everett, good evening. Again, we got plenty of time before our Istanbul flight. So again, both of these coming in from LaGuardia. That CRJ from LaGuardia. This one also from LaGuardia. This is Frontier.
Fine, good mark request.
Where'd it go? Frontier 3313. Powder the polar bear on board. This one here.
Is that Frontier coming? Yes. Yeah, it's a polar bear one. The bell doesn't mean to pull away.
That's what I
Look
tried.
at the top where they think they pulled away from the airplane.
Ooh, thank you, Vincent. Sorry I missed it. Again, there's some folks up here. Let's chit-chatting. Thank you so much, Vincent, for the gifted memberships. I greatly appreciate that. You are absolutely epic. So thank you so much for those memberships. I do apologize that I missed it. Again, I've got some young plane spotters up here hanging out with us. Vincent, a really good friend of the channel. So thank you so much, Vincent. Glad I can bring you guys the planes. Again, Powder, the polar bear. He almost looks like the Coke polar bear, doesn't he? Just put a Coke in his paws. Frontier's got a sponsorship. Coca-Cola. And a huge thank you to all of you guys for just being here watching the show. Contributions, anything you guys have, absolutely fantastic. Just watching the show really helps too. And you can see we got United. This looks like a max 8 or 9 in the old livery.
Oh, painted that way. Oh.
You want to go away like that? He's recording the United.
So I'm sure United's not up on flight radar. Next arrival is going to be another CRJ from JFK. 5150 Endeavor.
Part of this deck.
It's a Delta connection. Ramona gifting of 5 Carolina Aviation memberships. Thank you so much, Ramona. It's not so much that it's a special flight or anything. It's just we've never had Turkish here at the airport that I'm aware of. I don't think I've ever seen Turkish Airlines here at RDU. Plus, it's a 777-300. So a lot of folks anticipating. It's just plane spotting. It's not necessarily a major flight or anything. It is going to come in empty, so they can pick up the soccer team. Again, Turkey plays Mexico tonight, starting at 8:30. Here's our CRJ from JFK. Hopefully when everybody comes back to watch the 777-300 from Turkish, they all smash the like button. I'm sure there will be a lot of folks who don't normally watching tonight for that. I was trying to make it through. Between. I wonder what went down with this one right here. So it was supposed to go to Chicago earlier, apparently, at some point today. Maintenance issues, it looks like, for the American 737. Gonna make a quick check on our batteries and such. Everything's looking at okay. Let's see, is United up yet? Speaking of United, we got another one coming in from Washington, D.C. This one's going to be Republic Airways, 3625. It's going to be another E175. Followed by Southwest, FedEx, American, a couple exec jets. But we got the United Max on the move. In the old paint scheme there. So that we're going to leave a little long. Looks like we got an American Eagle on pushback here. So ERB, Mexico and Turkey are playing here in Raleigh tonight at 8:30 p.m. So that's why Turkish is flying in here tonight, picking them up and leaving out tonight or in the morning, I assume. So they got a little bit, you know, they're gonna stay overnight, let the crew rest and such. But yeah, Mexico and Turkey playing tonight, from what I understand, at 8:30 here in Chapel Hill. We go 164 departures and 165 arrivals. I don't feel like we're as busy as we should be, especially on a Tuesday. But again, we haven't been here on a Tuesday since around Christmas time. It's good to be back on a Tuesday afternoon. So we started the show with a 106 on the subscriber count. I'll give you guys that subscriber count a little later on in the evening.
Oh, there's what is it?
Oh wow, Blackhawk.
There we go again with the helicopters. Saw these on, what day did we see these last? Was that Sunday? No.
I don't think so.
That was Wednesday last week.
That's what they have on.
It's crazy how they can taxi.
I supposed to deliver a house all the time.
I don't know if that's a brag chopper or not.
Well, Black Hawk does.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
I done a quick refill and get out of here. See, look, sometimes they pull them and then they'll disengage and they'll take off from there.
Okay.
You can't do anything though, an airplane's coming in.
I'm trying to figure out where that E-175 is headed. They're towing that one all the way out. Could possibly be going to the overnight
Pop giving one over there. What's going on?
parking.
Yeah, that one. The helicopter, that plane coming in, which one was?
Yeah, if you're traveling in Chapel Hill at some point tonight, I would. Especially late. Late.
We're watching the plane.
So United, which is Republic,
Those military aircraft, they don't anchor on.
from Washington Dulles is going to be our next arrival. That's going to be another E-175. Yes. E-175 LR. The MAX we saw departing a moment ago, that is United 1769. That was a MAX 9 that's headed to SFO. So that MAX 9 headed it to San Francisco. Safe travels to that one. 1 hour and 58 minutes for Turkish. Thank you, Molly.
Huh? That one's taking off.
Oh, I don't know who's on the fly.
It don't matter. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the tiny plane do its stuff. So cute. Look at it go. I want to continue watching the small ones do it too.
Thank you, Molly. 107 likes as well. So thank you guys for smashing the like button this evening. Again, big plane to come later this evening, about 9:30. We also have that MD-11 departure at 9:15, 9:17.
You see any of the thin plane on that thing?
I did not.
No. wonder if it's National Guard or it came out of.
The call sign was guard, so I think it was.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's definitely Guard then. See?
Got our FedEx ATR coming in from New Bern. That's going to be on that ATR 72600F. Mountain Air Cargo 7503, the FedEx feeder. 22 minutes of flight time. Going to land in just 10 minutes. So for those of you that love the turboprops, okay, I see what they did here now. They pulled that first American Eagle out there far enough so they could get American Eagle number 2 out here to the starting line. So 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. 500 Marines. See if they can get in the 9 here. People are talking crap.
All right, Iceland finally in North Carolina. Ice 821 from Reykjavik.
The ROE doesn't give them the
6 hours and 4 minutes of flight time, so about 6.5 hours by the time they land. Got about 21 minutes here before they touch down.
They know that. They can't go out and keep the hell out of
So this American Eagle finally getting on the move.
He does that. I don't know if he has those. They probably did it. Looks like an executive.
Is that Southwest coming?
No, it looks like an executive. Probably you with them like parameters. Like I said, I saw them in the ROE.
Some American action, an A319 there. Headed out for departure.
Oh, it's black. What is it called?
Executive.
Shutting that helicopter down. We got an exec jet over here on final. Let's try to catch our exec jet here. Interesting looking livery. It's actually really nice. I like that one. A lot of American movement here at the moment.
It's like you get a triple play.
Trying to.
The one in the front's the Boeing, right?
Yeah, so that's the A319, the Airbus A319,
okay.
And then you got the 2 E175s right here.
Behind the building.
Not sure which one that is yet.
Dad, did you know there's a child housing from Pat Mill in the back of the car?
So that way I can do what he does. Run it off my car battery.
It's another A321.
1821.
So we do have an A321 headed to Dallas. Over here on the other side of the terminal.
One over there, right there. Yeah, you can do that or get tugged out.
I would just do it myself.
Yeah, so I figured you're just getting refueled and probably gonna land at home base.
Nice, Christopher. I wish it would have came here today. Today would have been an absolute epic afternoon of plane spotting if we'd have got Air Force One today. There's that A321. I think this one's... where is this one going? No, this one's going to Dallas. So American has thrown me off here. Of course, it is a little bit different day. Normally the A321s are reserved for Charlotte. Then they threw a Philadelphia in there, and now they're throwing a DFW flight here for the A321s. So that other E175 is getting a move on.
Dad, I had a dream that I was building a theme park and that I had Spider-Man powers, like swinging around.
So that A319, that's headed to Miami. That's
Yes.
American Airlines 1891.
Down there.
Is it the FedEx?
So that one headed to Miami.
There it is. There's your
Dude! Now!
FedEx ATR on final 23 right. Let's check out this exec jet. The paint scheme on this exec
I
jet
watch
is
these planes. I want
fantastic.
to watch that plane.
Yeah, the black and white, maybe silver.
I should have done that one. But,
Dude, that thing looks really cool.
Is that silver and black?
It looks white,
yeah, that,
It's white.
but it's like shredded. White, blue, and black it looks like. I don't.
yeah, I should have done that for my plane. Yeah, I should have done that. I got the black pulp, but I should have left the pulp painted white.
Oh, sounds like something else is coming in.
Another helicopter.
Helicopter,
No,
helicopter.
it's over there hovering. It's over above the grass.
Oh yeah.
I don't see it.
Looks like we got another possible helicopter.
Go
Come
around.
over here.
No, you
Come
can't.
stay where mommy is.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want you to lean out this far.
One hanging out over there by
Yeah.
Look for the blinking light.
base. Hold
Navigation
on.
light.
Can we get it through there? Is my camera in the right angle? I know I'm in the right angle.
To the background. It's
No,
over
it won't
there.
focus through there though. Our ATR on final here for New Bern. Mountain Air Cargo 7503.
That's gonna land and then.
There's two. One here, one there.
Yeah.
Watch the cars, baby.
A couple of those helicopters over there hovering at the
truck,
moment.
Okay.
That's a 64.
The Blackhawk?
That's a Blackhawk. That's an H-64.
A Huey?
No.
There's two.
No, it's two Apaches
There's
then.
two.
You got some good shot at some of these two Apaches flying over here. We got a pair.
Yep, they're heading out. There's more than two. There's 3 or 4 of them.
There's three.
Oh, 3. I wonder if they're providing aerial support for Air Force One. I wonder if he's leaving out. Yeah, they gotta come over
So we
here.
got 3 Apaches leaving. Fortunately, they didn't come over across
Pretty cool.
the runway here like the other one
You
did.
should have them all at Bragg. They done shut down the base today.
Jim France, good afternoon. Turkish has not come in yet. Turkish is not due until about 9:30 tonight.
Stay on the road,
It
Star.
was supposed to be around 8:30, 8:50,
That's the FedEx.
but I think they were delayed just a little while.
Crap about when it lands.
So we got some time here. About 2 hours away now. A little less than 2 hours.
No, all my stuff's in Greensboro already.
I guess they landed in Greensboro.
No, I don't think mine was airdrop.
So again, this ATR coming in from New Bern. Southwest touching down over on the other side. We see a lot of Southwest and give you guys the ATR action. I know a lot of you guys enjoy the FedEx ATR. I prefer this one over the other one though.
Yeah, my VA planes though.
You know, your
The
VA
second
stuff's
ATR.
Over that FedEx airplane right there.
Yes,
They're right there.
Yeah.
What? Hanging out right there. Where they're going.
About to have our A319.
Take off. There's one right behind him about to land.
A319, I believe.
Well, he probably can go faster than he can land.
Airplane traffic. Go wee wee.
I wonder why they were hanging out there and covering.
Is this our A319 or our A321? Looks like our 19 here, headed to Miami, Florida.
I don't know.
Home base. Home base, maybe.
Did you hear their call signs at all?
Those are Zeus. Those are the guard unit. That's based
If he's
over there.
This is going to be a nice sounding A319.
done refueling, he can go
Again, this one to Miami.
Just see if we're open over there and get a quick fill up.
Here, then why would they just...
Hello, everyone.
And we got one about to touch down. American Eagle.
Fight the
One
month.
landing there.
Fight
one
the
landing
month.
there.
Radioactive. Fight the month. See the web. climbs the boat. Never waiting, justice for. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man.
Nice to have that kind of money.
It's a silver one. It's silver. You missed the silver one, Mr. Carolina. Oh, there's a red plane over there. Tiny little red plane. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, it's fine.
So American Eagle. Where was this one coming from? Coming in from Washington, D.C. Coming in from Dulles. This was Republic 4668. Again, coming from DCA, Ronald Reagan. Did I say Dulles? I meant Reagan. So we'll see that one back here in a minute. Got one getting ready to get a move on here. I think there's a couple of them out there.
A lot of people don't like that.
That's not our A321, that is our other American Eagle. This one I assume is Republic Airways again.
Apparently they don't come with V6s either. I don't think mine was 6. I'm a 4.
I think they're sending them coming. All their new set is all 6. They don't come in 8.
I don't know. I think they're 4. I don't think they're. What's your track?
Nice long departure there for American Eagle. There's our exec jet, this silver one.
They're doing that either 6 Eco or hybrid or whatever now.
IMAX.
Yeah.
The IMAX is the hybrid.
That looks like a government plane. That's so
I think the IMAX is maybe the hybrid.
This is a good looking plane right here. Paint that stripe blue and I'm down.
I think they're only 4. It's not.
Alright, so that was Republic Airways 4742. That's headed back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Turn right back downward from the Airways departure.
Where's that one?
Yeah, this is a nice looking exec jet right here.
Juliet, Alpha 7, get away. The aircraft's going down Juliet, right to left.
23 left, Juliet, Alpha 7, give way to the aircraft right to left.
Alright, so there's 3 Americans down there, it looks like. Somebody's trying to make up their mind on who's going to go. Looks like we got that A321.
I can never remember the alphabet.
What is it?
They're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So if they're in, oh no, this is the
I can say that one. I
E175
can
here.
never remember the names for it all. See?
Is Pretty One coming around?
No, they changed equipment, unfortunately.
Oh. Basically something in here. That Southwest with the red, white, blue.
if this is the correct one this time, this one is headed to Dallas Fort Worth. This A321 is American Airlines 1217 to Dallas. The American Eagle is Republic Airways 4425 headed to Chicago. Headed out to Matt Man. We seen Matt Man yet tonight?
I read my book when I was
Don't know that we have.
Well, you know, I'm sitting there building Legos, you know.
Yeah, and I'm reading books when I listen to them. I can't remember this.
There's another one out there, I believe. Speaking of arrivals, let's look. Looks like Iceland's going to be number 2. So Iceland's going to be coming in behind another E175 from Chicago.
What if the Eagle planes that used to always look like that in the back of the thing? They changed it.
There's Matt Man. What's up? Good evening to you
Hotels.
from Chicago.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, now it's got flat.
Blue and red. It's like wings or something. That's a long time.
See, ambulance, fire truck.
And we got a fire truck on the move.
Good. We did emergency.
Normal occurrence, as you guys know. Looks like it's going to stay terminal side. But it wouldn't be an episode of this show without them, would it?
Fire rescue. Emergency services.
Emergency services.
So there you go. Alright, so Ops is outside.
They're just ready to leave.
Going up there. Trying to get through. Alright, let's take a look at flight radar here. Nope, Iceland's going to line up behind Southwest.
Uh-oh.
So that A321 that departed, that's headed to Charlotte. That was American 1894 to Charlotte. The one that's down there is American Airlines 1217 headed to Dallas. Next arrival is going to be that Republic Airways 4399 coming in from Chicago O'Hare. That's another American Eagle. To E175 LR. 1 hour and 23 minutes of flight time. So let's see. Southwest at 444. This is coming in from Atlanta. 1 hour flight time for this Max. A Max 8. Turkish is still not crossed into the States yet. 1 hour and 37 minutes still left to go for Turkish. Alright, our Dallas flight finally on the move. American Airlines 1217 to Dallas Fort Worth, A321. Definitely is, Vincent. It definitely is.
Some more land or you good?
Huh?
You'll watch any more land?
All right, bud. Whoop. Thank you. Oh, I've lost our A321. Headed to Dallas. Again, our next arrival from Chicago, going to be another E175. we're gonna have Southwest followed up by Iceland.
Okay, 553 Raleigh, approach altimeter 3001.
Plus 17, contact departure connect.
American Bell 17, Raleigh, departure radar contact, maintain 12000.
You're about to clear to land.
Star 127.45.
It doesn't look like it, does it, Eric? We do have breeze coming in from San Diego here in a little while. I thought that would have been here by now, but I guess not. But it is on the way.
Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Southwest from Atlanta on final already.
Contact 700, 1 mile, realistic cross nosing at 3,300, clear 29 runway 32 approach. Delta.
And again, if you guys are new to the channel, we used to do every Tuesday and Thursday. It's been a very long time since we've been here on a Tuesday or a Thursday, either one. Seems like Wednesday is the busier of the days. Again, I don't know. I don't remember Fridays. We've only done a handful of Friday afternoons, Friday evenings. Try not to change the schedule around too much, too often. John Southwell, good evening. All right, so we head over here to Southwest from Atlanta. Iceland up next. Speaking of which, does anybody really follow Southwest or anything? I don't know if it was on their actual social media or somebody else's, but somebody was talking about Southwest wants to fly to Iceland next year, which makes sense since if you're a Southwest mileage holder or whatever they call it, you can fly Iceland over to Reykjavik. If I can figure out where the moon is, though, I can surely show it to you. Is it up yet? If it is, it's probably covered up by all the clouds here tonight. Hopefully I have a fantastic moon tonight. But it is really cloudy here, so I don't know that we'll see it too well. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, Shelton. Like they need to stay what they are, in my opinion. cost carrier. Stay that way. They do, Vincent. So you can use your, so if you have miles or whatever it is through Southwest, you can use those with Iceland to make your way over to Europe and such. I guess they figure they want to branch out and go to Europe. I mean, they're already flying a good distance out to Hawaii from LAX. And as you can see, obviously a 737 can make that 6-7 hour flight, of course. So Iceland coming in from Reykjavik always has a beautiful beautiful lighting for Iceland. I know I saw some of the interesting things people were talking about Southwest, how a lot of people are going to leave due to their baggage deal. And I've only ever flown Southwest one time. I don't have anything bad to say about them, but this is a long story, not a long story, but I did fly JetBlue about 5 days prior to flying Southwest for my first ever flight. So, and if you guys know anything about JetBlue, you get free Wi-Fi, DirecTV, you know, all that stuff. I'm texting, hanging out with, you know, talking to my family while I'm in, you know, 30,000 feet in the air over the ocean. I come home, and on Southwest, the ticket was more expensive, and you got nothing on Southwest. I didn't pay for either one of the tickets, so I didn't care. But that was my experience. I've only ever had one experience with Frontier as well. Frontier wasn't terrible for, you know, if you're just trying to get somewhere with a backpack on your shoulder, absolutely. Never tried to fly with any kind of bags anywhere. So I've never had to check bags. I've never, you know, done any of that type of thing. If it doesn't fit in the book bag, I don't take it with me usually. Now that we're doing the show, if we want to fly somewhere, obviously we got to check something, right? So all the times that I've flown, again, it's been with a carry-on and carry-on only. So how that type of stuff worked, we honestly didn't have any issues other than a miscount both times, both going and coming from Orlando on Frontier. But other than that, I think that was the only real issue we had with Frontier. I've never experienced Spirit either, so I can't tell you how that is. I know people are like, all right, Spirit's good. If you just have a carry-on, cheap flight, you're going somewhere, you know, you're not really trying to go on vacation with 10 or 15 bags, you know what I mean? So.
Give me your numbers again.
And I want to fly. I want to fly on Breeze. I want to fly on an A220, of course. I want to give Breeze a try. Never flown American. I have flown Delta a couple of times. I mean, it was a flight to me. It wasn't, you know. That's what another friend of mine said. He said you won't regret flying Breeze. He flew Breeze out west.
Southwest 2330, radius R127.45 on that, have that flight.
Did we get any flight info for this American? This American's not on flight radar. Anybody got any info on that one? I don't remember checking it before it touched down there. Speaking of Southwest, MD-11 departure pushed back to 9:40. Thank you, Molly. That's all right, because we're going to be here late enough for Turkish anyway. The lighting for Southwest here, absolutely fantastic. It's going to turn into Southwest hour here, looks like. Got this one departing, another one following it out.
Raleigh information, Echo current. Normally 23 right back to the Foxtrot from a minute.
I also feel like that Turkish has been 2 hours out for the last 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's down to an hour and a half last I checked.
When I saw it, it was, 8:35. I was like, all right, there'll be enough daylight.
Yeah.
And then it was like
9:30 or 10 o'clock. I was like, ooh, that's going to be bad. And then it got a little bit earlier, but it's still not great. I put my 2.8 still in the test.
Is it going? Do we know if it's going to go wrong?
Yeah. Sammy said it's going over there.
No, that's staying open a little later than
down those light poles. I don't think they need them. I don't think they really notice.
the trees.
Yeah.
This pine tree right here.
I've got a list of.
Oh, dude, I know.
I just wish Air France would come out here.
Just
finish the rest
mow
of
everything down.
I believe, by the way.
So that first Southwest was Southwest 2303 headed to St. Louis.
Shrinking summer.
The second one is Southwest 2393 headed to Bewee. Max 8 for that second one,
Real aim of parentheses.
700 for the first one.
Actually, maybe these people in real life.
Our FedEx ATR from Wilmington, Mountain Air Cargo 7508, the FedEx feeder.
Yeah, we're gonna get
That's a ATR 42300. Now 6 minutes away.
Flight deck or something down on the other end to try and get some in-air shots with mine. Like I said, about 70 to 200 to 8 lanes. We'll see.
WestJet last night?
Oop. Yeah. Seems like this would have been the spot. Seems like everybody got those. They expected 2-3 right, but they went 2-3 left. Yeah. And then they departed 2-3 left as well. And
I was worried today, or about trying to get in.
Southwest 2393, Heather Wilson, Center 118.75.
Like years ago.
Well, 75 rate, maintain 3000.
I did last year. Go to the Briar Creek.
Oh, yeah.
It was rudely interrupted by a heat. So
Could you see the,
oh, okay.
steering a little bit tight enough or
You couldn't even see them at state fair time.
oh,
You can see like the top one, like
Yeah.
every once in a while you can see a flicker of them. But it's in DC a couple years ago.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to the market.
Right, for
I don't know if it's a market garage or not. A lot of people are like, no, parking garage. DCA is not.
Right box
I've never been in. I've only been to gravel.
Yeah, I've only been to gravel
What is
Take
called
it,
the
take it.
marine. The marine on the other side.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you can see down the sea.
Yeah.
About 3508, turn left at 320, 2,200. 2,200, now 7508. Mark X 636, contact tower 127.45, and going.
Yeah, I couldn't see him through the thing.
Oh, okay.
Hello, X 636, Visual 32.
Oh, that wasn't when they came in like an hour or so ago?
Good evening,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
About an hour ago.
Yeah.
Runway 23 left and 23 right. Element 2407.
Yeah.
Set up.
There's an hour, X 636.
Yeah, it seems like we missed a show yesterday though. WestJet, C-17, like man. And he said, I got what he said. I don't know if he said on the Discord server, but I got the KC-46 E6 right over refueled. Yeah, I got them on both ends. Just over 22. I didn't see that, but I don't know if she was in Italy or if she really did. I just couldn't see it because we were on the other side of Chapel Hill.
You
Shooting this, but
you going to Richmond this weekend?
right.
They have an event up there for people who want.
No, my kid's graduation from high school on Saturday, so
I went through that. Both of mine graduated up another year. High school and middle school.
it's like this time of day when you would see the controllers up there on the open blinds. Yeah.
First time.
Shine the light.
Yeah.
It's pretty up here. Got mountain air coming in on the 2-3 right, yeah. Or I'm sorry, left.
No, it is. Normally one comes in on this side and
Yeah,
the other
they-
one's on
yeah.
this side. So they're both gonna come in this way. I bet.
Cop cars out there, bunch of highway patrol.
That game starts in like 20 minutes.
think they were going into campus, and I was heading away from campus, so worked out all right for me. But yeah, like every intersection, there was.
American 1904,
So, I'm not speeding on this one.
Oh, take it easy.
Yeah. I left me plenty of time to get over here.
So it says now Turkish 1 hour and 14 minutes. It still hasn't made landfall yet. Still out over the Atlantic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Taking this like super southerly route.
I don't know if you guys overheard us talking about how it feels like it's been stuck on 2 hours for the last 4 hours. Feels like it's taken forever. Got our ATR from Wilmington up next. The ATR 42. Surprising us a little bit here, coming in 23 right. Normally if one comes in 23 right, the other one's 23 left. It's a lot slower tonight than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Molly, do you need an intervention? Are you addicted to Amazon Prime? That's fantastic, John Southwell. Well deserved. Maybe we need to get Molly in, what can we call it? Look, we could still call it AA. Amazon's Anonymous.
Right on Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Tango 6 ground, happy night,
United Express on the move.
Alpha 3826 flow time, Void 21.
Package is anonymous. Yeah, there you go. Almost perfect in front of the sun. Almost a perfect shot in front of that sunset. So we are getting a little bit of a sunset here this evening. United is Republic Airways 3447 headed to Washington Dulles. Looks like we got a CRJ Delta CRJ out here. That one's going to be headed to LaGuardia. That's Endeavor 5101. Good morning, Jackie. Oops, sorry. Frontier on the move. Powder the Polar Bear on the move. We're gonna have a nice looking sunset here, hopefully for you guys shortly. Got an American on the move as well. Getting ready to be. I think that was getting ready to push back. Speaking of jerky, my sister-in-law is supposed to be making my wife some jerky. I'm ready for it. Can't seem to make my camera happy this evening for whatever reason. One minute it's too dark, the next minute it's blown out. Just can't seem to get it right tonight. We got another CRJ on the move too. Let me switch back here. Just taking care of looking at some stuff here on the cell phone. Southwest, another one. Not sure if this one's a max or not. Oh, looks like a regular 800 here for Southwest. Southwest wait on this other one to come out of the penalty box, I believe. I think they're going to switch places here. Possibly. Got that Southwest 737-700 coming out of the box. Actually, that one looks like it's headed out to be in fact. I thought it was possibly waiting for a gate. So these two Southwests. Weird that that one stopped because that other one was still all the way in the box down there. That one stopped and waited for it to pull out. So very interesting there. Powder the Polar Bear. It's going to be our next departure here, 23 right. Let's see, is Powder on flight radar? Powder is. Frontier 2072 headed back to Philadelphia on an A321. gonna be our next departure here. We've seen a lot of you guys at Southwest. Let's go with some Frontier action here. He stumbled a little bit. There he goes. Absolutely fantastic shot of Frontier there. Southwest on the move as well, both of them. Southwest 3826, our first departure there. They're headed to Mickey Mouse Town. I believe weather is delaying them. Not sure what the weather's like there in Orlando currently. Mother Nature putting on a show. Try to give you guys the sunset now because I don't know. There's a low cloud layer there. May not get to watch the last couple of minutes of the sun there, as we normally do when we're able to catch sunsets. That Southwest there, Southwest 1418. That's headed up to Matman in Chicago Midway. There you go, sun going down below the clouds there already. Got a CRJ on the move, Delta CRJ. Maybe we'll get this one right in front of the sun. Highly doubt it. I think it's going to go over. I think they'll rotate early enough. They'll fly right over the sun. Maybe not. Yeah, there they go. Almost. Whoops, sorry. Next arrival is going to be American 1904 coming in from Charlotte, another A321. 27 minutes of flight time, probably closer to 30 by the time they touch down. Going to be followed by a Delta 2782. It's an A220-300 from Boston. I think we started the show with the Delta A220 headed back to Boston. That one's going to be in after our American from Charlotte. Little sliver of the sun there. Very, very teeny tiny. Got an American Eagle on the way out. That cool silver and red exec jet on the move. We'll go to this one while we wait on Delta from Boston. Tuesdays are pretty dang slow here, huh? Good night, Zoe. Thank you for watching the show as always. I thought Wednesday nights were bad for being slow. Man, Tuesdays seem to be pretty slow. Turkish is not touching down until about 9:30, so we got about an hour left before Turkish's arrival, unfortunately. I wish they were landing right now. They were scheduled for like 8:40, and then they were delayed. Now they're not going to touch down until 9:30, unfortunately. Right now would have been absolutely perfect for them to touch down. Good looking exec jet. Was hoping it would have got a move on before Delta from Boston. A couple of seconds of the A220 here. Before they turn off. 37 something. Hold on, let's get over here to Iceland and I'll give you that flight number. Still, Turkish hasn't made landfall. They've done some really weird stuff. So it's THY 3725. 10 hours and 6 minutes so far in the air for this 777-300. Still have an hour left to go. Looks like they're going to enter in Delaware there. But still out over the ocean. Got friends in no. So I got friends getting ready to leave Nashville here in a little bit. I've already forgotten what time their flight's leaving. Got Air Canada here shortly. About another half hour for Air Canada again. I don't know what happened to the A220. They were flying the A220 there for a while. Now it seems they've kind of backed off on that. I do Eric. I use Flight Radar 24. I use the free version. I don't pay for it. I probably should. I probably should get the premium one, but I do enjoy Flight Radar when it's working. Again, if you've been with the show long enough, some days Flight Radar 24 is perfect, and some days it's a little off. Same way with our ATC. So you guys aren't hearing ATC. Well, it's been down for what, almost a month now. So we use a an app, if you will, for ATC. That's been down for quite some time. So again, you got about an hour here before we have Turkish. After Turkish, we've got the MD-11 departure to Louisville. I almost said Memphis. Yep, Ferndale, the Pygmy Owl, arriving in 2 minutes. They're coming in from Detroit. That is Frontier 2640. I'm wondering if I have to, probably going to have to make a battery change. So you guys know what all that entails. We've got an hour before we have to make that initial battery change. So I can't remember the name of the website or the app that Molly and I use to tell how many flights come in and out each day. It's a different app, and you click on the airport and it'll tell you how many arrivals and departures they have for the day. I think it's not FlightAware, it's something else, I think. I haven't actually used the app in quite a while, so I'm not sure. Do have an American Eagle ready to go. No worries, John. They are about 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. And again, like I said, Turkish Airlines from Istanbul, another hour or so. If I could hold this camera straight, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Ferndale, the Pygmy Owl from DURHAM, Detroit's going to be our next arrival. Yeah, being that I'm going to be the last one in the driveway tonight, I'm going to be waking up at 5 in the morning to get up and get going to work instead of 7. Probably leave my house around 6 to get to work. So Ferndale, the Pig Meow. This is one of the other ones that I flew. I believe I flew Ferndale to Orlando. Daisy and Parrish, I flew home, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I know the feeling. Getting up early, go to work, burn the candle at both ends today and tomorrow. Next arrival is going to be Delta 2992 coming in from Miami, Florida. 1 hour and 35 minutes of flight time for the A319. Should have this one's pushed back soon. I'm sure this one's going to be delayed because it was delayed getting here by a few minutes. About 20 minutes or so. Man, I'd like to work 7 to 3. I get to work about 7-ish. Some days I get to work about 6:30 in the morning and I work till 5. I don't have to. My scheduled work time is 8 to 5, but if I want to make any extra money, I tend to go in an hour or 2 early. Thank you, Brian Lloyd. 133 likes. Again, I didn't post a like count tonight, but you guys know. We'd like to be at 150 likes this evening, so if you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Alright, so Delta 2992 from Miami, another A319 arrival. I work at what we call flat rate. So I get paid for every job I do. So there are some days where you work, you know, your full 8 to 5, and you may only make 7 hours or whatever, 6-7 hours. It just depends on how busy it is and what kind of work you have. The better work you've got, the better chance you have of making money. So it's a flat rate system, unfortunately. I really kind of, I don't know, I don't like the flat rate system, but it is what it is. Next arrival's American 2462. This one coming in from Los Angeles. So this 737-800 coming in fresh from LAX. Four and a half hours of flight time. Yeah, that stinks too, Eric. But it's not always like that, you know. Most days. There we go. Sorry about that. It was time to make that battery change. But anyway, so I have days where, you know, you can turn up to 20 hours a day, depending on how much work you have. Average is about 12 hours a day, 12 to 15. Yeah, the battery died on us there. Molly giving us that info, Turkish, 41 minutes away. Bjorn, good evening. I feel like something's messed up with this. Hold on. I guess I'll turn the sound level down. All right, so American there. Now we have Delta 1656, both Delta and American, racing from Los Angeles. That's going to be our next arrival. Another one from LA. So we got a Southwest doing Southwest things, speeding out of here, max 8. Bjorn, you're just in time for our 777-300 Turkish Airlines. You know, I don't understand why age is a big thing. Do any of you other men understand that? It's just a number, my opinion. Weight, I get it. I don't even like to discuss my weight. But age, nah, I'm a little iffy on that. And I know this is, Molly just started a debate, I guarantee it. Because I come back with questions. To me, age is nothing to be ashamed of, honestly. The older you are, the more experiences you have. All right, Delta from LA. Touching down now. All right, Eric. See you on the next one. Alright, so we're waiting on this Iceland pushback. They were about 20 minutes delayed, so I feel they're going to be 20 minutes delayed getting out of here. We have Air Canada very soon. Air Canada is going to be our next arrival here in 8 minutes. Molly gave us that info on Turkish. Turkish now finally over Delaware, parts of Virginia. Getting ready to cross into Virginia. 34 minutes for Turkish. It jumped from 37 to 34. So far, this 777-300ER has been in the air for 10 hours and 25 minutes. So a long flight for this one from Istanbul. Been watching this plane all day. Been following it here on Flight Radar all day. And yes, happy early birthday, Vincent. Alright, who is this ready to go out here at the end? So the Southwest that we saw a moment ago, that was Southwest 1709 headed to Houston. We've got Delta 2600 coming in from Atlanta, Georgia. Another 737-9. Got an American Eagle pushing back, getting ready to go. Looks like we got a little American action here. A319, A320. Nice early rotation for this one. There's that American Eagle ready for pushback. Where is our American headed? Shall we see? It was an A320. That's headed to Philadelphia. American Airlines 1441 headed to Philly. And again, Turkish, now 30 minutes. That won't be the end of our show either, I believe, unless the MD-11 pushes past 9:40. I do have family coming in on Southwest, or family friends coming in on Southwest from Nashville. I don't even see them in the air. Got another one coming in from Chicago Midway. Looks like Air Canada and Delta are going to fight over some airspace here out at the end of the runway. You're very welcome, Vincent. So it could be Air Canada next, or it could be Delta next. We'll see. But, looks like it'll be Delta. Delta going ahead and making that right turn. So if you guys have followed Turkish all day like I have, it took a really weird southerly flight. Went over Italy. Looked like it came straight across. On the south side, it's behind us then. I've got the trunk of the car open so that all of our equipment can sit comfortably in the trunk. See Delta and Air Canada both in the distance. Good evening. Again, good evening everybody. If you guys are just joining us, make sure you smash the like button. Again, Turkish Airlines, another about 25 minutes. I believe they picked up a little bit of extra speed here. So our E175 gets a move on. Again, that next arrival is going to be Delta from Atlanta, followed by Air Canada. What is that? Oh, it's the ambulance across the road over there. I saw the big bright lights. Thought maybe we missed one waiting out at the end of the runway. So Delta from Atlanta there on your screen. Delta 2600. Another 737-9. Next, Air Canada, operated by Jazz 838 from Toronto. Gonna be our next arrival. Got another American off in the distance as well. And I apologize, I keep bumping the tripod here. I'm extremely close to it. So American from Miami is going to be after Air Canada. It's going to be American Airlines 1566. It's going to be another 737-800. Air Canada coming in on that E175. Again, I don't know what happened to our A220. They only did that for about 2 weeks. Unless it's early in the morning now. I don't focus too much on early morning flights, due to the fact that we're not out here. Miss Carolina gifting 1 Carolina Aviation membership. She's ready for Turkish as well. Waiting for that arrival. Three likes away from 150. Thank you guys. Hey, did you really? You didn't. Oh, you got the 150. Thank you, Brian. Or V-dubbing, I should say. So again, Air Canada from Toronto. Again, not too much longer for Turkish. Comes out American 737-800 from Miami. One hour, 38 minutes of flight time. I thought you were talking about the membership, V-Dubbin. You got the 150th like. Thank you, Ramona. Turkish, 27 minutes away. They should be kicking off that soccer game now. Mexico versus Turkey. Over there in Chapel Hill. Got another Air Canada here in a little while from Montreal. Something between the camera and the software is off. I feel like things are way too dark today for some reason. Here's our American from Miami. Southwest 207 from Chicago Midway is going to be our next arrival. Followed by Moxie. 7:55 from San Diego. Our first Breeze Airways of the night. Now we're coming in all the way from San Diego. Those two arriving here in just a moment. Got the American Eagle departure. Should have Iceland's pushback here anytime now. Looks like they've pulled the jetway away. So Iceland will have beacons on here in just a moment. That American Eagle is Republic Airways 4417 headed to JFK. Also got a United out here coming in from Chicago here. 737 at 900. Turkish is just about to cross into North Carolina. It's racing 4 other planes up there in Virginia. And laying on them bells hard. That's for Air Canada down there, I believe. Yeah. So again, Turkish getting ready to cross into North Carolina. Looks like Ops is going to make their check now while they have time here. There's our Southwest from Midway.
Wow, what a nice view. Does that voice sound familiar, guys? No? Okay. Nice. Yeah, guys, I made it out. I'm back here for like the first time in like how long?
3 weeks, almost a month. Almost a month, right?
School's almost over on Friday. After that, I'll be showing up a lot often.
I really don't understand why Breeze is showing up as a Mare flight.
That's only happened to me when they do their San Diego things.
Is it?
Yeah. They might do something else, but yeah, guys, what is up? I am Brian 2.0, otherwise known as Will.
Alright, hurry up, Southwest. We do have Iceland's pushback here, that max 8. Getting ready to head back to Reykjavik.
I'm gonna go to the camera so I can see the chat real quick. 1 second.
So Turkish is a charter flight tonight, NC Polar Bear. They're flying in to pick up the Turkey soccer team, who are playing Mexico here in Chapel Hill. I believe they came in either on Globe X or the Atlas 767 last night. I don't know what time Turkish is leaving tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow. I don't believe it'll be tonight. But I could be wrong. They could turn around and leave as soon as the game is over. But I don't figure the game's going to be over until, what, 11 at earliest, 12 at latest. So I don't know if they'll...
Molly, to answer that question, let me first say, no sponsorships. No sponsorships. So the first thing I got was a slushie. Can't go wrong. They sadly took away the vanilla flavor. It was like brown from me, so I had to get strawberry. The second thing I got was, I forgot what it's called. It's like cherry berry ropes from Sweet Tarts. And then the final thing, it's really expensive for some reason. I got Skittles, but I got them like freeze-dried, popped, but they're like Skittles, like verified. No sponsorships. I'm not trying to get canceled.
But if anybody is interested in sponsoring this channel, please contact Carolina Aviation at...
I got you virtual Biscoff, Molly. I guess. Ooh, a helicopter.
Alright, this breeze coming in from San Diego Our first breeze of the night. Probably be our last breeze of the evening. Of course, in Iceland pushing back. You heard the angry Max. The Mad Max over here. So NC Polar Bear, it is a charter flight tonight. It is flying in empty as far as I know. It is a 300, so it won't be going to any of the gates. It's too big for our gates. Somebody was saying that it's going to go to the overnight right there. So that's open. That's open till 10 tonight. The observation deck. Yeah. Thank you, Brian Lloyd, for letting me know 154 likes. Seem to go the right way here with the white balance tonight. So the white balance looks a little bit different at night. So it'll leave at 1:30 in the morning. Okay, so it will depart tonight. It'll depart this morning. All right, our next arrival is United 2424 coming in from Chicago. That's a 737 at 900. Yeah. Dave, good evening. I'm going to take a little break here, let Will run the camera for a few minutes while we wait on Turkish. I will take back over for Turkish. Turkish right now, number 3 in line. Still 13 minutes out. It is behind an American Airlines, but they are number 3 in line. No, United. Iceland in that MAX 8 about to get a move on here. So you got to be a little extra careful with that. It is even more messed up, by the way. I'm struggling with it really bad at the moment. It just needs to hold on for like another month or so. Our tripod here needs to just hold on for another month. Hopefully just another couple of weeks, week or two. But no, I saw it a few times before we started doing the live shows. Yeah, we get this one and the green one and the blue one. So Iceland back to Reykjavik on the move. United's already touched down. Our next arrival now is going to be an American Eagle. Republic Airways 4436 coming in from New York. 1 hour and 5 minutes of flight time. That one arriving in 4 minutes. Followed by, of course, Turkish 3725 from Istanbul. 6 minutes away. So it looks like it'll be about 10 hours and 57 minutes of flight time for that 777-300ER. So make sure you guys smash the like button here as we wait the last few minutes. Gonna try to stay for the MD-11 departure as well. That's scheduled out at 9:40. This one here leaving almost an hour late. Half hour late, 45 minutes. They were late getting here. They probably could, but I think Hawaiian, because Alaska and Alaska owns Hawaiian. We already have 2 Alaska flights a day, so that I don't see us getting a Hawaiian.
I mean, there would be one of Hawaiian's flights.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because I feel like they're flying JFK.
Yeah, and that's like what, 9-10 hours, something like that. So Iceland out again. Nothing coming for the next couple of minutes here. Up Iceland, turning left, changing taxiways. Our Republic Airways from JFK making that left turn now onto final from LaGuardia. I think that's that Republic right there. Oh yeah, of course, you can't see that far out, but I believe that's what that is. Got a whole string of planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrivals here in just the next few minutes. No. I know, I really wish that Turkish would have came when it was originally slated to come. It's like 8:30, 8:40, something like that, 8:28. I guess they had a little bit of a delay out there.
I got excited at first, but then I realized it could have been like a permanent flight because one, we don't even have glass jetways yet.
Yeah, no.
So for that big of an aircraft, we would definitely need like 2 jetways at the same thing.
Well, that and it's too long to fit at the. So, our friend that works for the ramp tower down there, he said that all the 300s are too big to fit on any of our gates. They're too long. Like they could pull up to the gate, but they're too long. They would stick out. So that causes the main issue there. That's why you don't see the A350-1000 either. It's too long. Alright, so Iceland to Reykjavik. That's going to be this departure here. The 737 MAX 8. Yeah. Oh, sorry, NC Polar Bear. I got Will here with me. I wasn't watching the chat. Excuse me. You can re-post your question there. My apologies, NC Polar Bear. I did not see your question. Me and Will were having a
License registration.
no. I know he popped up. I know. All right, so here we go. This one coming in. This is that American Eagle. That's going to be followed by our Turkish. Again, if you guys aren't aware, Turkish is coming in for the soccer game this evening to pick up the players to go back to Istanbul. All right, here she comes. guys know it, we'd have an E-175 down here messing up all of the 777s. Of course. Always the way it goes. Nothing we can do about it. This thing is so big it won't even fit in the shot. You go from the biggest plane to the smallest.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. Are you the one that works down there?
Yeah, we're in parking.
Oops.
Yeah, I get to come by the hemisphere. I haven't seen him in a while. I used to see him all the time. I think my shift changed.
Is that because of your shift?
Yeah, my shift. Yeah, I'm on. We went to 10-hour shifts in parking, and I think tonight, tomorrow night, I'm like 8 to 6, and then I think like Sunday, Monday, I'm like midnight to 10 a.m. Well, we rotated around. Let's see. I go to first shift in October. And I'll be on first shift for like 6 months. So, the schedule I'm on is like 6 months a day, 6 months a night. So then we just rotate different lines. Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay, I can deal with this now. Summertime.
It's laid out.
Plus, there's a little shift differential. I think it's $2 more. So, I used to give him a hard time all the time. Second shift, if he was up there. He never talked to him. I know, he tells me all about him. I think usually you drop him off and go to a piece of life.
I mean, after like the first couple times, I was like, it's been like 4 hours. Like, I gotta go.
I gotta go work in the morning.
Looks like maybe an evening.
So Lynn, I'm surprised that we didn't have problems with the internet. Normally that's how it works. We
Like, everybody's like,
go the entire show without an issue, and then we get to what we want to see, and then the internet freaks out. Luckily we made it tonight. So thank goodness we made it tonight.
Family physician.
Oh, they shut the ident lights off on us. So again, thank you guys for coming in and checking out the Turkish. Make sure you guys leave a like before you leave. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, my friend.
Good job today.
Alright, so the show's not over yet, by the way. We've got the MD-11 here in about 10 minutes, as far as I know. David, good evening. Alright, so Turkish turning their lights back on. We're waiting to see where they're going to put this 777-300 here. It is the arrival. Scott, you joined us just in time. So they are a charter here. They're picking up the Turkish soccer team. Turkish playing Mexico tonight. As soon as I get another headset, yeah, probably another month or so here, get some stuff, get some more upgrades here for the channel.
Like North Carolina, something like yeah, out of the factories. Yeah.
Somebody said that this is going to fly out at 1:30. So it's going to be an early morning departure here.
Choose from to like 5, and there was like 2,500.
Yeah, I'm sure the return flight crew was on board,
where you wanted to go,
napping, just being.
So it was good money.
Man, that would. This is almost an 11-hour flight. You figure if they turn around and go back, that's 24 hours in the air.
Places I really ran to because it was
It's a long time.
And then if all that fell apart.
So Scott, it's the audio Tronics or something. I'll have to send you a picture of it
Crossroads Auto Group was driving a rollback for them
a little later.
all over the place, Texas.
Can't remember which one it is.
And then that slowed down, and then I came here.
Audio Technique.
State job. State benefits here. So yeah, because I actually work for the authority.
So again, we gotta
It's actually a state job.
make some upgrades here. Hopefully within the next month or so, we can make up.
Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, you get free flights, and I'm like, we don't have anything to do with the airline. I was like,
Make some
actually,
big
the airlines
upgrades
rent
here.
Spaces from RDU.
Christopher, it is Turkish, that 777-300 again, picking up the soccer team that's playing Mexico over in Chapel Hill. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go to the general aviation side there. They're going to park it, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to park it right there in front of the observation deck, possibly. That's rumor at the moment. Looks like they might be hooking up to it.
It seems like when people hit the airport,
I can't really tell. It's not enough light down there.
I mean, I got store. I can take.
Is that our MD-11?
You know, we have people that scan reservations and the gate open, and then they hit the need assist button and want to know what they need to do next.
We have one of them at work for sale.
Gate open. What do I need to do?
It's like a bright blue one. All right, so this one, let's see, is this our MD? I believe it's our MD-11 right here.
People can't figure out how to use the credit card readers downstairs. They pull up and they're like, oh, the person in front of me didn't pay, the price is up there. I'm like, if you read the sign, it says, you know.
Definitely is.
Every time.
First 15 minutes is free. Yeah, and then it's hourly until you hit that 4th hour, and then it goes.
That absolutely never gets old. There they go. They've hooked up Turkish, pulling it in over to the overnight parking area over there.
and drop him off at the elevator.
right in front of the observation deck. If you're down at the observation deck, you're enjoying one heck of a show. That 777 at 300 being pulled right in there.
Well, usually he's carrying like a load of stuff. He's got his scooter, his chair.
An MD-11 departure absolutely never gets old.
It's like first 15 minutes. And then even if it goes over that, it's like 5:25 for the first hour.
Like the time that we were in Charlotte and their buddy like went into BTAC, like have you had anybody like collapse on like
We had level 4. I was up here one time, and it was in the middle of the, I forget what time it was, but I was doing nothing. And I heard all the sirens, and I was like, what's going on? So I go down the ramp, maybe down to level 4.
All right, so again, this is probably gonna do it here.
So
we're gonna end as soon as Turkish makes it to that spot. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. We started with 106.
His wife was in the car.
Looks like we gained a couple tonight, 112. A little bit different evening tonight for Tuesday. So not a great evening as far as numbers go.
For about an hour, and they finally got him back.
I know a lot of you guys are interested in finding out.
It's weird to watch it. You see it on TV, but actually see it live, like, you know, I mean, the bad thing is that the ambulance had the arm. The stretcher of it. It's too long. You can't get in the parking garage.
So again, we end with that MD-11.
So paramedics coming down with the stretcher.
Waited a long time. Watched this one on flight radar all day. Almost 11 hours of flight time for that 777-300. So thank you to my channel members, channel moderators. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Fantastic. You guys watching tonight. Again, a little bit different scheduling tonight. I didn't expect high numbers tonight, so thank you to those of you who did watch and stay the entire time.
Because we do jump starts, but we don't do anything.
So thank you guys for hanging out. I'll review the numbers again to find out if Tuesday nights are successful or not. According to what it's saying right now, meh. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you guys later this week. Possibly Thursday, possibly Friday, one of the two.
No, we actually get, and if we fly out, we can park.
We will see you all later. Thank you guys for watching.